Hey friends, so the other day God just brought the movie A Little Princess to mind, and I haven't watched that in a long time. But he brought a few things to mind about it, and he said somebody is feeling like an orphan. And in that movie, I don't know if you've watched it, like I said, but she ends up being this daughter of a very wealthy man, ends up being World War I, I believe, and he has to go and fight, so he puts her in this boarding school. So she goes from living in the lap of luxury, and then the news comes that he has passed away. He's been killed in combat. And she's devastated, of course, because she loses her beloved father. And then also, they end up taking over all of his money. The British, I think, government does. And boom, she's penniless. So she ends up going from being this rich little girl that's loved and lavished with great things to having to be a servant. And God said some people, it feels like that has happened in your life, where you went from living this amazing, wonderful life to just, it felt like the world just fell out from under your feet. And now you just don't know if you're loved. You just don't know, because you feel so orphaned, so bereft, so alone, just like that little girl. And everything seems to be against you. Because in that movie, the headmistress was absolutely horrible. But God also reminded me that that little girl, Sarah, she did not let her circumstance change who she was deep inside, that she still was kind. She still chose love. And he said, you too have a heart of a princess, of a prince, that what you've gone through, it hasn't warped you. It hasn't turned you bitter, that you're still choosing love and kindness, and he's so proud of you. And then the last thing that he pointed out was the entire time that Sarah, that little girl, thought her dad was dead. He wasn't dead at all. And at the end of the movie, he comes back in an epic way, and they reunite, and they go on to have this beautiful, amazing life together. But what God pointed out to me is that, one, her dad wasn't dead. And he's telling you he's not dead. He knows it looks hard right now. He knows it looks tough right now. He knows it looks like you've been abandoned to your fate. But not for a second is that true. And one day, when he comes sweeping in and he makes everything right, all the things that the enemy meant for evil, and he turns them for good, you're going to be wanting to shout from the rooftops just like she did, my dad's not dead. God is not dead, friend, and one day you are going to see that in an amazing, real, tangible way. And then he also pointed out that her story wasn't just about her, because she chose to be kind, she chose to be loving, she chose to be generous through it all, that she touched other people's lives. Living through those hard circumstances, she touched people's lives. And he said, so have you. That you may not think it right now, you may not feel it right now, because you're just surviving, you're just getting through. But your acts of kindness, even in this hard, excruciating place, have not gone unnoticed by him or by others. And he's so very proud of you. And he wants you to know that your choices to love and to still be kind despite it all, despite the mistreatment, despite your world just falling apart, that he's proud of you, and that one day you're going to see the impact it had on other people's lives, how you inspired others. It was like a domino effect. One day, friend, your story is going to be really different than it is right now. And I cannot wait for that day. But God just wanted me to stop and pause in the middle of this hard moment of your life and to whisper hope that this is not your forever and always place. And he is definitely not dead, that he is working and moving behind the scenes. And one day you're going to see the fullness of it. And that even this hard time is not going to be for a minute wasted, that he's going to use it in many people's lives, friend. He loves you. He does have good plans for your life. And he's going to come through for you, friend. I love you. I am praying for you. And don't you dare give up hope now.